All right, here we go, folks. This one is for you, Gemini. Why am I chuckling? Why am I humming? Well, to be honest, Gemini, big shifts, changes are happening for you. Let's just go straight to this thing, okay? You might have seen this. I'm hoping that you guys take some time and go to the other playlist. It's all about you. This is the general reports. This is for love and relationship. But you'll get a lot more depth when we look at this through the general report. So I'm just going to highlight things that are specific to love and relationships. So we're going to focus on the 7th house and the 1st house, okay? Number 1, number 7, and the 1st house and the 5th house. 5th house is mostly, in this situation with this kind of reading, is to do with true love and romance, the passion, the joy of all of that. And this is the business. This is the contract, contracted loving relationships, chosen relationships for better or for worse. You know what that means, of course. So Gemini, coming into November, we start with the Scorpio energy. So let's just deal with that. November the 7th, we got the big Scorpio new moon here. It's very heavy, serious energy for you. Very much in the 6th house about health and healthy habits, purification, clarifying, cleansing, routines. What are you doing to improve your health and habits? Because that will impact your love life and your relationships. Not kidding, people. Other people don't like to be around sick people. They would rather have someone healthy and happy on their team. Anyway, new starts and new beginnings here. The big things that we're looking at for you, Gemini, is because it's like later on in the month, we get into the opposition energy. It's the Sagittarius energy, which is your place and energy of opposition here. And there's huge changes happening for the whole planet, but especially for you in love and relationship. Let's have a look here. Early on, November the 10th, Jupiter moves into Sagittarius, okay? The beginning of your 7th house. This is a year-long journey for Jupiter. Big changes are going to happen for you. Bountiful and wonderful, but also challenging because it is in your 7th house. You're going to get it right in your face, so to speak, reflected back to you. Number 2, November 17th, Mercury goes retrograde in Sagittarius. So your communications, your understandings about how love and relationship works for you could get some serious like sputtering, like, like a car that won't start, or a car that's sputtering along trying to get up a hill, that kind of feeling. How are you communicating in this relationship? How are they communicating to you? How are you communicating to them? What's real, what's not real? Number 3, November 22nd, okay, right over here, the sun moves into Sagittarius, amplifying all of this. So things start to ratchet up more and more seriously for you towards the end of the month. I'm putting almost all the emphasis here on your 7th house because that's basically what's happening. There's a ton of other stuff, but go to the other playlist for that, okay? We're not going to mess with that here. Oh, by the way, on November 17th, at the same time Mercury goes retrograde, Venus goes direct. And that's for everybody. So that's kind of sweet for you because Venus is in Libra in your 5th house of true love and romance. So you might get a breath of fresh air happening here in love and romance, but how does that turn into the more serious aspects of love and relationship? The business of love and relationship. This is going to be a very quirky, interesting month for you, Gemini, especially towards the end. Just giving you a heads up. That's why we do this stuff here at Tarot Lumination. Okay? So I hope you get something out of that. It's nothing personal, Gemini. I'm just telling the story as I feel it, okay? I'm trying to help, all right? So this is you, Gemini. This is Tarot Lumination. This is your mini generic love and relationship report for the November 2018 season. You know the routine. Do the cross-watching for significant others. That can really, really help, especially for you in this month, Gemini. Okay? Also, please, doing these readings, please invite your invisible friends. You know what we're talking about. Also, watch for your sun, moon, and rising, especially if they're all different. It's not all just about your sun sign, okay? If you need help in that, there's a way to do that on the internet. You can figure it out. I'm not going to do that here, okay? There's no jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals with this spread. We're going to use the crucible spread for this reading, okay? It's on the understanding that there is you, Gemini, a significant other, and a third entity, the relationship itself. And in a very conscious relationship, both parties are aware of the structure and they invest and move through the relationship. I like to think of the relationship structure as a crucible. The crucible is a structure like a bowl. It's typically very, very sturdy ceramic designed to withstand intense alchemical reactions in laboratories. And it's the same for human beings, okay? As we intimate and separate, tremendous pressures happen and have to be endured in the context of love and relationship. And it's going to be full on for you, Gemini, all right? Cards are well shuffled in advance. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. We're going to get there very, very soon. Please, please, Gemini, the subscribes and likes are very important for the channel. For yourself, I highly recommend the general reports, separate playlist. Check the links below for the first Friday group healing event. Every month now, we're going to try doing this for real. We've already tried it a couple of times. It works. It's fun. Check it out. Number one, most important of all, Tarot Lumination membership. Check the links below. I'm not going to talk about it too much here. It is the most important way, the most valuable way that you can say thank you to Tarot Lumination for doing this for you. The better this is for Tarot Lumination, the better this works for you. So please consider this an investment, okay? Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your patience, by the way. Go to the last second so that you're a witness. All right, beautiful. Cards are shuffled. I'm going to cut it up now. Bless the cards, bless the deck, bless you, Gemini, bless Tarot Lumination, bless all the internet and the platform for allowing this to even happen in the first place. It's amazing that we can do this at all across the planet. Thank you so, so much. This is you. What are you radiating, Gemini? Think of yourself as a smartphone or a cell phone, transmitting and receiving energies all the time. Over here, the significant other. What's going on with them? What are they transmitting and receiving? Okay, over here, deeper down inside of you. Okay, over here, deeper down in the heart and soul of the other. Over here to the core itself, the relationship. Can you see the crucible here? This is the bowl. This is the structure in which a very conscious couple would conduct their relationship. Instead of just like flatlining through everything and just going at it like this, both parties realize, wow, we own this thing. It's called our relationship. And you invest and do everything through the relationship. It's like running a business, okay? I'm not trying to sabotage the romance or pour water all over the coals of passion and the fires of passion. I'm just saying this is what works, okay? Over here, prospects and momentum. What are you actually growing? What are you building? What is the structure and nature of your relationship? Is it leaky? Is it solid? Is it wobbly? Is it flexible? What's going on? And what are you growing? Over here, circumstantial or energy or environmental influences outside of you and around you. And think of it as the weather. We're going to look at this in a second. Remember, Gemini, this is not a couple's reading. It's all about you, and we're just allowing for a significant other here. Let's start. The star. To me, this feels like a huge symbolic thing of like, oh my gosh, I hope this works. I hope I can figure it out. I hope I can figure my way through this, getting through November and into the December Sagittarius thing, because it's just like, whether you're into the astrology or the tarot doesn't hardly matter. Your body feels it anyway. It's like if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to do now except basically abandon myself to divine guidance, hope, inspiration, hopefully dreams come true, amazing things to happen in love and relationship, but also being fully aware of anything and everything that can go wrong. Because with the Sagittarius energy, with Jupiter in Sagittarius in your seventh house, it's going to go big. So when things go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong big time. When things go well, it's probably going to go well big time. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. You're going to be living it. So this is a very strong message. What I'm feeling here is like, holy bleep, I better hang on. Holy bleep, it's happening. It's really, really happening. Whoa, I am guided. I am protected. I hope so. I hope Tarot Illumination is right. Keep saying, I am guided. I am protected. I am guided. I am protected. You better be right, Tarot Illumination. You better be right. Oh my God. Okay, so that's what I'm feeling there. What are you radiating here? Okay, the Six of Wands. Ka-ching. Wow. So maybe Gemini, you're already kind of aware of this. On top of this, maybe you've already done a lot of homework on yourself to get yourself prepped up for these big shifts, big changes that are going to happen for you, especially in love and relationship. I mean, it's really strong. It's really evident in the charts over here. New beginnings, okay? Well, sorry, that's more in the Scorpio energy here, but Venus going direct in Libra, tremendous sense of relief. Like, finally, I can kind of get back onto the groove with my love life here, at least have a chance of things working better. And over here, at last, things are going to move forward and expand and grow in love and relationship. And it looks like, to me, this is like the energy of almost like extreme optimism, victory and winning, to the point of like, again, it's I feel it's the same. It's almost this is like, shit, but this better work. And like having to carry yourself as a winner and live life as though like, I can do this. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. I'm seeing so much evidence around me that I must have done something right at some point to get this card of victory and success. But I also have a feeling, Gemini, for you, there's a lot of like, oh my gosh, gulp about what's going on here, because this is an awful lot to live up to. So it feels to me, it's like, yes, you're riding your wonderful horse through the crowd, and it's very victorious and wonderful for you. But deep down underneath your fancy outfits, you've got your fingers crossed like this, because you don't really, really know. Sorry, Gemma. What are they radiating over here? Okay, Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles, my feeling is that they are coming from a perspective that, to me, it feels like they don't really know how to read the situation, so they're hunkering down. They're going to do everything they can just to shore up and protect what works already, because I don't think they actually know where this thing is going to go or how it's going to happen. And so that leaves you kind of in an awkward position, because I don't see a lot of teamwork here. What I feel is like there's this energy of tension mounting between yourself and a significant other. And part of you is sensing the amazing opportunities for growth here and abundance for you in love and relationship. But there's also the challenges that come with it, knowing that when you go big like this with Jupiter, it's great when it works, and it sucks when it doesn't work. And you really have to hold on. And my feeling is that they are sensing that as well. But it might be from their sense of what they're picking up from you. It's just like, it's almost like, I know what you're doing, Gemini. I can see it. I know you're getting prepped up and ready for all this. Fantastic. Well done, Gemini, my dearest sweetheart person, you, for coming into this all fired up and abundant and feeling like you know you're going to make this work somehow, and you're already prepped up. You can see how it's going to work for you. But I know you've got your fingers crossed behind your backs, because you're not absolutely confident. You don't absolutely know for sure, because you're going blind into this whole thing just like I am. And Gemini says, please keep it to yourself. You don't tell anybody. This is just between us. Let me do what I have to do. Let me be me. You be you. And they say, I am being me. I'm just holding on tight to what works already, okay? So you just go off and do what you have to do, be who you have to be, and be the hero if you want to. I'm glad everybody thinks you're doing such a great time. I'm just going to basically keep it together here, hold it down to make sure that things are stable as we go through this, because it's almost like in some ways the energy looks too good to be true, so I've got to be careful. I'm going to be the realistic here, the realistic one. I'm not trying to pop your bubbles, Gemini. I'm not trying to pee on your parade or anything. All I'm saying is that I'm going to hold on to what works, okay? You go off and be you. I'm going to hold on to what works. I'm going to be the stabilizer. I'm going to be the rock in this relationship right now, okay? And you kind of go like, thanks actually for telling me that, because, gulp, I don't actually know how this is all going to play out. Okay, well, I'm just letting you know. I'm going to be the anchor for the time being, okay? Cool? Yeah, cool. Okay, let's keep going. So let's have a look. What are you radiating deep down here? Okay, with the Seven of Wands. Okay, let's admit it. This is tougher than it looks. You're putting on a brave face, Gemini. I almost feel it's because you have to, because that's what happens when you do the full-on opposition thing. Look at it over here. Towards the end of the month, you're getting it full-on massive opposition, maxed out opposition. Jupiter and Sagittarius over here, beginning a one-year journey for you in the business of love, the business of your relationship. And it's really kick-starting towards the end of the month, okay? And you've got a lot of, let's say, homework to do for the first part of the month. So as bountiful and wonderful as Jupiter and Sagittarius can be, it's also in some ways extremely challenging for you. And I think you're preparing yourself for that, because deep down I sense much more of the same thing, like, oh, gulp. I can handle this. I can handle this. I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. I will prevail. I know there's a lot of challenges and big challenges coming up against me, but I will rise to this. I will prevail. I can handle it. I am the Gemini that I am, and I know a lot about these things. I've been getting tarot illumination readings for a while now, so at least I got a heads up. Thank you very much. Whew. All right, let's have a look over here. What about them? Okay, Three of Pentacles. Again, being very, very practical. I'm really happy for you, Gemini, that you're relating with someone who looks at least like they're showing signs of being practical and realistic about this new chapter beginning for you. You could almost think of it as the beginning of a very big new year-long chapter, okay? Especially after November 22nd, once the sun moves into Sagittarius, okay? Think of this as the beginning of a whole year's journey for you in the expansion of what it really, really means regarding the business of love and relationship, okay? Especially the business of relationship, the business of what does it take, what does it mean to have a successful, functional, happy, enjoyable, solid, stable, working relationship. Let's put the lovey-dovey, romantic, goopy stuff to side for the moment. What is it that's going to actually take to get this to work? My feeling here with the Three of Pentacles is that you're very lucky, Gemini. You might be working with someone, let's say, okay, relating with someone or loving someone or being in love with someone or someone who's in love with you. But they're coming at it from a very practical perspective, understanding that it is a team effort. It's not all about you making it all work for you all the time. It's not all about them where they always have to be the foundations, the structure, and the stability. It's a team effort. Like, you don't know everything all the time about what works and how it's supposed to work. They don't know everything all the time about what works and what's supposed to work and how to do it. It's a team effort. It means you're constantly having to come together as a couple, as a team, to figure out, what are we going to do and how are we going to do this? What is it that works? And it's like a three-way thing. Well, what is it that works for you? Just tell me straight out. And you say, well, the winning thing that would work for me is ... Okay, well, now I'm going to tell you what works for me. And it goes like this. dot, dot, dot. Okay, well, thank you for telling me that. Well, someone has to take the initiative here, so I'm going to do it. It's a team effort. I don't know what to do all the time, and you don't know what to do all the time. You can applaud yourself and carry yourself as the winner, and that's fantastic. But somebody here has to be grounded and stable and get things together so that it works in a way that actually works. Okay? Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Thank you so much. Because honestly, I have no idea how this is going to play out. Well, that's why I'm here. I've got your back. I've got the relationship. I'm concerned about me. I'm concerned about you. I'm concerned about our relationship. Okay? It's a team effort. Okay? And then you say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, dear loved one person who's there on the other side of my chart. Here. Okay, so let's have a look. What's going on? Temperance. Okay, so my feeling here is that let's take full advantage of the Jupiter energy, the Jupiter being the great benefic, the great healer, the bringer of joy, the bringer of fortune, the bringer of luck, having fun, being happy. One of the most effective ways to have fun and be happy in a loving relationship is to get well, to be healthy, to find ways to heal yourself, to heal the other, to heal the relationship, okay? And that's work, okay? Love is as love does. I've been saying this for this whole freaking playlist. Love is as love does. A lot of pentacles here from a significant other. I think they understand that in some ways more than you do. I think you're more about the drive to be successful and happy in love and relationship, almost against all odds, because you know you are facing this. This is facing off you at you. And you're putting on a very brave face to do this. By the way, first I should have mentioned this earlier. Look at this. November 23rd, the full moon in Gemini. You're going to get it right in your face almost at the same time as the sun moves into Sagittarius. You've got the Gemini Sagittarius full moon here. So that's very, very much to do with the relationship axis. So no wonder you're quaking in your boots a little bit and trying to put on a very, very brave face, but secretly keeping your fingers crossed in the background and hoping that the significant other has got things locked down. Because I think ultimately what's happening here is the Jupiter energy. I like to think of it as very healing. Okay? It's often considered the healing planet. So it could be that your relationship is getting infused, like stamped, branded, formatted for healing going forward. In other words, like one of the most valuable components and aspects of your relationship going forward over this next year will be a journey of healing. And let's just say it starts right here with the new moon in Scorpio. So this is getting synced up. So please think of healing, self-healing, healing of a significant other, healing of yourself, the healing of a relationship as a very, very important theme for you for the next year. I know this is just one little month reading, but I'm extrapolating, okay, going on for a whole year here, taking full advantage of the information that we have here. Now, you might have forgotten about this in a few weeks, but I'm seriously think very long term with this. Think of this as a year-long journey. It's starting now in November. Big chances for you to heal. Think of it as love is as love does. If you're not operating that way, at least they are. Love is as love does. They're investing. They see it as a team effort. It's like love. The definition here at Tarot Lumination is love is the decision, deliberate decision to go above and beyond your comfort zone, your autopilot, your limbic system, and stretch yourself and invest time and energy, resources in order to foster and nurture the spiritual growth, healing, and evolution of yourself. And from there, a significant other, and from there, the others around you, so that you become a glowing golden disco ball of love. That is actually a practice, okay? And we can do that through here at Terra Lumination. But I think that is kind of like a theme now for your relationship. Healing, the healing of yourself, the healing of another, the healing of a relationship that can happen in these conditions. And it starts this year, this month. Prospects, okay? And so what could happen is, as often happens in healing journeys, you discover your part in the equation. And with the Five of Pentacles here, the energy of being disenfranchised, the energy of being left out, lost, and rejected, I think that's going to be become very apparent. And in Tarot Illumination terms, you've got to reveal it to heal it. So if in your journey here, starting in November, you start to get a lot of signals or images or impressions or evidence, physical evidence of what's not working in your relationship, please feel that under the umbrella of a Tarot Illumination term of you've got to reveal it to heal it. So please do not be scared of the Five of Pentacles here. See this as a blessing. It's a chance for you guys to see anything and everything that's not working, that has not worked, and that never will work. And that's where the healing needs to be applied, okay? You can't just keep putting band-aids and duct tape and glue all over a relationship and smothering it with, fakery or facades or, going through the motions. At some point, you've got to fix it, okay? So if the relationship, think of this as the crucible, as a structure. Think of this as the foundation of a house, the foundations of your building. Is it leaky? Is it wobbling? Is it fragile? Is it flexible? Where are the strengths? Where are the weaknesses? You need to know that. It is a journey together. You've got that here for better or worse. If you're finding out what doesn't work, this is good because now you know what the problems are, because then you can shore things up and bolster things and start planning for the repairs and maintenance. Think of this as a long-term opportunity for you guys to heal. I'm not going to say anything more. You guys can figure it out from there. Thank you so much, Gemini. All the best. Thank you for visiting Tarot Illumination. Please become a member. That's the best way you can say thank you. Please, please, please. Thank you. Check the links. Bye. Okay, that's enough work for tonight. I'm going to load this in now.